Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Just a little quick one. Where you're going to watch this video from, I don't know. But I just want you to listen. If you have sisters, if you have a wife, if you have children. Being an African woman is one of the most difficult thing you can think of. Being an African woman. An African woman will be blamed if her husband fails. If you are dating a guy and the guy was doing probably better, and at the time you started dating him, things start go wrong, they will blame the woman for that. If the children does not do well in school, they will blame the mother for it. If your husband dies, they will say the woman has killed him. They will blame the woman for it. If a woman lost her husband, she have to mourn for a very long time. The opposite sex, which is a man, in Africa, most African country, if the wife dies, very few weeks, the mourning season is over. It depends on individual anyway, but majority of African men, the tradition or the laws does not ban them the way it bans the women. And if your children does not have manner, they blame the woman. If your children cannot cook, they blame the woman. You will see the man will say, go and see your children. The children is saying, go and see your children. They don't even answer your name. They are answering their father's name. And yet when they do something wrong, or when they make mistake, or when they fail in their duties, they will refer to the children. Go and see your woman, go and see your children. It is always the women. The pressure on the women is so much that many women are overweight. Many women are depressed. Many women are stressed out and they are older than their age because the pressure the society is putting on them, the families are putting on them, the environment is putting on them. You will have a husband who work more or less like the woman. They work almost the same time. And at the time they get home, they expect the woman to be the one in the kitchen, to cook, to clean, to do everything all by herself. And at the end of the day, you will see the same man saying, look at your mate. Look at your friend. They will compare you to other women. And you see those men who treat their women very well. They treat them very well, take good care of their wives. And then you will see family members who come, hey, do you see the way our brother, all our friend is taking care of his wife? Don't you think she has used something on the man? Do you see the way the man adores his wife? Do you see the way the wife is controlling her husband? It is always the woman's fault for everything that happens in the home. If the man loves his wife so much, the woman is a suspect. If the woman loves her husband so much, she is also a suspect because they will think, she will soon kill him so that she will take over all his property. It is always about what the woman do. There is no... So being an African woman also, your husband family members will disrespect you. They will treat you as if you are not born by another family. You just fall from the sky. Sometimes they take advantage of your quietness. Sometimes they just do things and say, let's see what she's going to do. All these things are all put on the woman. And women are trying their best to support their husband, to make their husband the best and to come out strong. You will see a man will cheat and then people will say, after all, he's a man. Men cheat. But if a woman cheats, it's a talk of the town. Everybody talks about it. The woman is a bad woman. She's a cheater. But nobody cares to know what is the purpose, what happened between both of them. But if a man cheats, there is always a reason for it. Probably the woman is not treating him well. The man is fed up of the wife. The wife is not responding to the man's need. But nobody talks about the woman's need. Nobody talks about how the woman as well feels in that relationship or in that marriage. It is always, they always build up this defense on men, especially the African women. The African women are the least to be checked on, to be cared for, to be bold enough to talk and tell the truth the way it is in her marriage. Sometimes things are not well with her and you ask her, she just say, oh, everything is fine. She's dying in silence because if she says it out, people are going to criticize her, people are going to say things, and people are going to say, oh, it's just normal. This is the way marriage is. People will always want to tell you things. A woman is being abused in her marriage. She's going through hell. She's going through a lot at this time, and she could not even tell her friends, because before you know, people will mount out something out of the whole situation, and you will see whatever happens in the home and it affects the children, always the woman will take the blame. So I don't think this is right and this is fair. I think it's a hard time men to start looking into issues like this. And you will see a man, he will have properties and the wife does not know anything about his husband's property. You will see a man build homes and build houses, and he will put only his name. He will have his own account. He will put his name. He will put everything on his own care. His next of kin sometimes can be his brother or his mother. And when something happens to him, the woman is going to take the responsibility of the children alone. And you will forget all the years that the woman supports you. And when you see also, when in Africa, when a man divorces his wife, when a man tells the woman, I'm done with this marriage, they simply tell the woman to go. Pack your things. They will not even say pack your things. Most of the time, they will throw you out. They will throw you out of the home that you've built for years. Sometimes they will say you do not have children. This is the reason why they are throwing you out. But your years of sacrifice with that man, nobody talks about it. All that the man has achieved in this period of time that you've been with this man, nobody talks about it. And sometimes the woman he married to or he has been living with has helped him to build his career, has helped him to build his wealth, and now he has money. Simply realize the woman is not classic enough, the woman is not well educated, the woman is too big or is too slim, the woman does not look presentable. There is always an excuse for everything an African man does to his wife. And if the woman does the same thing to the man, it becomes a topic for everybody to talk about in town. So I think it's a hard time. We have to try to balance some certain situations. It is hard time that men should start thinking of their women, because if anything should happen to you, your wife will be the one to take care of your children. And if anything should happen to your husband as a wife as well, you should know the man will have to remarry and look for somebody to help take care of your children. So whatever you are doing as a woman, you have to think twice. Whatever you are going through in your marriage, whether good or bad, always have to think, what is the way forward if this should happen? If that should happen? Because if you do not talk to your husband or your partner or your fiance or whatever, if you do not discuss your issues with him and you do not have a conclusion on how you are going to move forward, and you think the marriage is working or is not working, or the children are doing well, they are not doing well, you have to make sure you sit and talk about it. Because most of the time, people outside are not seeing what you are going through in your home. Do not die in silence, because most African women are dying in silence. People are out there to mock, to say things quickly. How did you live your life? How did you spend it? Most of the time, people are out there to judge you, but they don't know what you have enjoyed and what you have been passing through. So now that we are now in a world whereby you can get help, even if the person is not from your family, you can get help. You can cry out for help, because sometimes some families take advantage of your quietness. Sometimes they take advantage of your ignorance. And sometimes everything you've built in the years past with your husband or with your partner is going to be taken away from you in a twinkle of an eye. Please, men, watch out for your women. Women, be smart, be reasonable, wake up and do not fall a victim of circumstance and things that has happened in the past. You become a replicant of the same mistake. Do not commit suicide and say, because I could not take it anymore. That is not an option. Remember, you have children. Remember, you have your life, even if you do not have children. You will see it is only in Africa if a woman does not have children, she's pressurized. Everybody is saying, the woman is not this, is not that. But you can see there are some people, they will decide in Europe, they will say, we are going to get married, but we do not want to have children. They will live their life peacefully without having children. But an African family, it is not you cannot even talk about that. You cannot even say it. So everybody is going through one pressure or the other. Please watch out for your sisters. Take care of your family. Take care of your brothers and sisters. Especially being an African woman is not an easy task. So when you see an African woman going through stuff, please support her. Try to do something. Try to talk with her. Try to know what is behind her actions and her way of living her life. Because sometimes she personally is not passing through that stuff. She must have seen her mother, her sisters, a friend, a neighbor who have passed through such situations before. And she doesn't want it to happen to her. Because of that, she is taking some drastic measure, and people out there is seeing it and say, oh, how can a woman live her life like this? Because you do not sit on her shoes. You will see some people will say, I don't want to get married now because I need to have my feet on the ground. You do not know why he or she says that. Please do not be quick to judge other people in whatever situation, whatever things they decide to do. And do not take other people's daughters into your home and treat them like a slave. Do not take other people's daughters into your family and start to feel you can control her, you can treat her the way you want, and you can do whatever you want with her. Not anymore. It's hard time women start speaking out. I want you to reason with me. I want you to share, like, and subscribe. I want you to bring your opinion. Say something. I am here to listen. Send me an inbox. Send me an email. I will reply and I will answer you. Just give me some like and follow me up. God bless you.